Hey guys, Lucky Star Shi-Roku here, and welcome to another update type video. So it has been a little while since the last Let's Play or video in general. Sorry, I've been very busy. I've just been setting a whole bunch of things. I've got a whole bunch of things planned and things coming, but obviously, honestly, preparations do take a while to do. Some of these preparations, you can't do them overnight. It does take time to make all these preparations. So I'm just taking my time to make sure that everything is right. A lot of the preparations I do are overnight, but unfortunately not all of them are. So some of them take a couple weeks in some cases. But I've just been taking the appropriate time off just to make sure that everything is right for when I make these videos, because again, I have got a few plans. I've got a little bridge series of Untitled Goose Game to fill in the gap between Bleach and the next game. I've got a bunch of other plans, sorting out a few things, updating a few graphics, all that kind of stuff, just to get things ready for the next set of videos. But obviously those preparations take time, and in between that there's also just been a whole bunch of stuff going on in my private life, which obviously takes priority as well. And I've also been taking care of a whole bunch of things off screen as well, just general life improvement kind of things. So again, there's a few things I'm sorting, like for example, today I went to look at a new chair, so hopefully I'll be getting that in the next week or so. Also new keyboard and just a few general life improvements, just to improve my life in general, both on and off YouTube, just in general. So yeah, just been very busy doing a whole bunch of stuff that I am going to talk about in this video. Just basically, it's just one of those videos where I just go through an entire list of stuff that I've been doing in the meantime. A lot of this is setting up for stuff later on, but yeah. Before I get into this, I just want to quickly apologize if you do notice I'm looking a little scruffy than usual. I do usually try to make myself look presentable, but I had a little bit of a mishap with my razor while shaving. I'm probably gonna finish that up tonight after I'm done editing this, but if I'm looking a little bit of a mess right now, that's why. So again, I'm gonna take care of all this afterwards, but it's just a temporary so yeah. Anyway, let's just get into the actual video, shall we? Okay, now I do actually have a little list to follow here. There's quite a bit of stuff here. Some of them I may skim through, some of them I go into more detail, but yeah, I've got a bit of a list here. So the first thing I want to talk about is a little more of a slightly more pressing matter that I've been made aware of. I didn't know about this, but I have recently just been made aware of. So basically, I know this info has probably been out there for a while, but it just completely slipped under my radar, and that is the support for Windows 10 is ending very soon. I think sometime in October, I think. So that means I've got 5 more months before I need to start worrying. So basically, I'm starting to make the preparations to jump to Windows 11. Now, I have been avoiding Windows 11 for the longest time. I don't usually update things. I don't usually take the upgrade right away, just because when the upgrades first come out, there's usually a lot of bugs and stuff. So I usually stick with the previous operating system, just to give Microsoft enough time to fine tune everything, all that kind of stuff. And I've done as best I can, but obviously now that we've only have 5 months left, obviously I'm kind of working against the clock, so I am starting to look into things at what the best course of action is, whether to get a new desktop with Windows 11 built in, or working on my already existing machine to make it Windows 11 compatible. We're not sure what's going to happen yet. It's still early days. Me and Arago are looking into it to see what the best course of action is, but Again, I think maybe once I have a better idea what's happening, I might talk a bit more about that. But yeah, we're making preparations to basically make the jump to Windows 11. I didn't think I'd be doing it like this. Like I never thought I'd be jumping to 11 willingly. I always thought I would, just because I love 10. I loved, like, 10 is, I spend a lot of time on this machine, optimizing it to whatever I want, and I don't know, just, I always kind of thought I would go to 11, like, kicking and screaming, but yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, so I have also been updating a few graphics for a few videos here and there. For instance, I've been updating the stuff for the welcome video. I know I've done a few of these now, but I think it is good to make updates to that type of video, every so often, just because obviously, your preferences and you change a lot, and I just want to make sure that all of the information at the front of the channel for new viewers stays relevant. So whenever a significant change happens with me, the way I operate or anything like that, I always try to make the changes accordingly, just so that the information, the introduction video stays up to date. I know I've made a few versions now, but I feel that type of video I need to keep updating every so often, just to make sure that stuff is up to date. So I've just been doing that. I've also been improving the housekeeping system. So yeah, updating the housekeeping system, because before, the housekeeping system was originally just three slides, one for the controls, one for the actual housekeeping itself, and one for the cover. But now I've just made a whole bunch of other slides, taking it up to 8 or 9. So basically, yeah, there's a lot more slides, but basically the information is more condensed, because on the original housekeeping system, all of the housekeeping stuff was all on one page, and it was a little bit hard to keep track of sometimes. So I think having these separate slides, and just having all of the information concentrated, so I can't really, so I'm not going okay, what's next, so I can just okay, next. That's the basic idea. So I've been fine-tuning that, doing a lot of tweaking and stuff like that, just to basically make the housekeeping system a little bit more organized, and also making it more optimized for the new, because again, I have recently went to the housekeeping system being on my phone, so I'm doing all that just to make that work a little better. So that's what I've been up to as well. Okay, so I've also been working on a few other little help notes that I have here. Basically, above my head, I have a whole bunch of notes which just help me with other stuff behind the scenes. What days do I record? What days do I edit? What days do I upload? Just general little info like that to help me off screen. So if I forget something, I can just look at the wall and think, okay, that's how that works. And I've just been making an updated version of the notes, the notes for the Let's Plays and the extras, the order of all, again, this also goes hand in hand with the new housekeeping system. It's just to remind me what order everything goes now. It's still a work in progress, but it's just stuff I had to do. Whenever, I feel like with the housekeeping system changing, I felt like I had to kind of do this a little bit. But yeah, just been doing a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, I've also been updating the updating the notes for upcoming Let's Plays, basically to match the new format. So all of the Let's Plays that already had a housekeeping system, I basically went back to all of my Let's Plays I have planned upcoming, just basically making the housekeeping system work with the new format for these upcoming series, so it's not using the old one anymore. And that's just, again, something else I've been doing. Okay. Also, I've been improving the on-screen control prompts for videos. So basically, I've been updating a few. So again, I've been updating a few things regarding the control prompts for both for me and on screen. So basically, it's not much. I mean, you might notice the difference here a little bit. the only major difference really is the shape of the bumpers and triggers. They did used to be a different shape, and I've just made them all rectangle, like circular, like rounded rectangles, and just, again, it's not a massive change, but it just, I think it looks better on the actual housekeeping system, which I read in videos. So I've just, again, little things you may or may not notice. Like, again, some of these you might notice, some of you might not. A lot of these are literally just for me, just stuff to help me in the whole process. But again, some of these you may notice, some of them may not. But I just felt the need to talk about them, since, again, I am taking these massive breaks in between videos, just because, you know, I feel whenever something like that happens, I feel I owe it to you to explain why I've been absent for so long. And again, all of this stuff that I'm doing will help out in the long run. It's just, again, it takes time. Oh, right. I've also been reworking my Let's Play status list for dropped series. Like, again, I have just dropped my Let's Play of Bleach Soul Resurrection, and I've just basically been working in the Let's Play status, just, you know, updating the status, updating all of that, making a new tab, all that kind of stuff, just, updating a few of the status in general, just, got rid of a couple that I didn't think that worked, and just overall find, again, a lot of what I'm doing here is all, a lot of what I'm doing is all fine tuning, but yeah, again, some big things, some little things, just all around improvements on, for me and the channel, stuff like that. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about on the channel here is something that's not going to happen for a while yet. I just want to say that now before I actually say what it is, as this might worry a few people, especially with the recent trend with YouTubers going on recently, with the stuff with Tom Scott, Captain Sparkles, and just other YouTubers. Basically, in case you guys don't get what I'm hinting at, basically, I have been preparing graphics and stuff for a eventual retirement video announcement. Now again, I want to quickly say that just because I'm making stuff for my retirement announcement doesn't mean I'm planning to retire anytime soon. Again, I am enjoying this. I want to keep going as long as I can. All I'm doing here is preparing stuff ahead of time, so that when the time comes, I have it all ready. Again, I have always been a bit of an over-preparer. I like being prepared for these kind of things. I like being like a million steps ahead, so that when something happens, I can just go like, yep, good. So again, I have been making, I've been preparing stuff. Like, I've prepared a graphic, a thumbnail. I've been like preparing scripts for my retirement announcement speech. But again, that's not happening for a while, at least I hope not. But the idea is I'm preparing all of this stuff for eventually, because again, eventually I am probably gonna want to retire eventually, and I'm just getting things ready for when that moment comes. Again, not planning to retire anytime soon. Again, not for now at least. Again, depending on what happens, but as of right now, I'm not planning to retire. I'm just setting things up for later on, for eventually when that time comes. So again, not retiring, not planning to retire. I'm just setting things up for later. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave this video for now. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I just felt the need to make, since it's been a while, I just felt the need to do, and because again, I I've been doing these like little mini update videos. Anytime I take a significant break between Let's Plays and videos in general, I always try to make these little update videos in between, just so it doesn't feel like that my presence is completely gone. Just until I come back. Again, there's a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff planned. Again, all these things I've done will help in the long run. You know, the housekeeping system has been revamped to work better with my phone, and I'm doing a whole bunch of other things. Again, I've got a plan. I'm planning for a Let's Play of Untitled Goose Game, just until I decide what the next game after Soul Resurrection is going to be. So again, all these plans in my head that I'm sorting out. So again, I'm planning all of these different things. They just take time. But yeah, anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this video for now. So as always, thank you guys for watching, thank you for tuning in, and I will see all of you guys in the next video. Until then, have a good day, you guys.